Very good morning, students. Today, welcome to the E class. I am Mr. A.K. Das of your History SARS. Today, we are going to study about the archaeological sources of medieval periods. Earlier in the first class, we have already discussed the literary sources. Here we will discuss about archaeological sources of medieval periods. My dear friend, in the earlier we have discussed that this medieval periods sources. Look at the one, political map of India of medieval periods. Here, you can understand that the political conditions the, of that periods. Here, I would like to start the medieval periods. Medieval periods divided into two. First one is your early medieval and later medievals. I have told you early medievals from 8th century to 12 or 13 and later medieval 13 to 18th centuries. Here the political dynasties were most important in early periods. Palas, Pratyaharas, Rashtrakuta and Chola and Rajput. And in the lateral periods, later medieval periods, that is the Delhi Sultanates and the Mughals periods. In this session, we will discuss the sources of medieval periods. And sources of medieval periods we can categorically divided to one is literary sources and archaeological sources. We have already discussed about literary sources. Today we will start with archaeological sources. Before going to discuss about these sources, you should know why to study sources of history and what is sources. First, sources means anything or materials from we can get or we obtain information. That is sources. We can get the information of a dynasty, a country, an empires from the sources. The sources is very important to reconstruct the history of India. So why to study sources of history? To understand how history is written. The next, to know the concrete evidence of history. Second one, to validate the fact. And finally, to ensure that truth is recorded as history. That's why we are going through sources. Earlier I have told you about this division of sources, archaeological and literary. Now we will discuss about the archaeological sources. The archaeological, you will get the inscription, coins, buildings, historical monuments, all these things. Here, look at the pictures, the inscription. Study of inscription is called as epigraphy. In ancient period also we have discussed about the inscription. Look at the pictures here. You will definitely get the inscription. What type of inscription? One is pillar inscription. Another one is, the plates. The study of inscription is called as epigraphy. Then come to the coins. The study of coin is called numismatic. From the coins we are getting the name of the king, the dates, the evidence. The coin of Tughlaq dynasty, coin of Delhi Sultanate, and the metallurgy also you can get. And from the seal you will get the different periods of their history. Again, one of most important thing is material remains. You just look at that, how one excavation is done here, and the materials, antiquities, found from that excavation. Here, my dear friend, I would like to share with you that in archaeology we can use two methodology. First one is excavation and second one is exploration. Excavation, what does it mean? Excavation means the digging of earth in a scientific way. ଖନନ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ, ମାଟି ତଳେ ଯାହା ପୋତି ହେଇଛି ତାର ଖନନ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ. Just take the example of ancient periods, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. Now go to the great excavation of Dwarika, great excavation of Dholavira and other top sites. And from the excavation, what are the findings that is often that is called as antiquities of that periods, that is material remains. And particularly in medieval periods, our topic is going on medieval period sources. So in medieval periods, the most important are the monuments. Look at the pictures of Taj Mahals, the others, Qutub Minars, other top buildings and palaces of that periods. So in archaeological sources, definitely we'll get the medieval temples. Temple also one of the source of, great source of medieval history. One of the most important temple is Khajuraho of medieval periods, Konark temple of medieval periods, Dilwara temple of medieval periods. So my dear friend, the temples are one of the most important sources to reconstruct the medieval periods history. Then medieval mosques, you know that these medieval periods, mainly the Muslim periods, the Sultanate periods, the Mughal periods, that's why they built so many masjid. One of the top masjid is Jama Masjid, Moti Masjid and Fatehpur Sikri. Then your medieval forts. Also one of the most important source, Agra Fort, Chittor forts, Gwalior Fort and Red forts. This is one of the most important source of that periods. Then my dear friend, medieval palaces, Jaipur palaces, Jaisalmer palaces and Jodhpur and Jaipur palaces. Then pillar also one of the most important source of medieval periods. Qutub Minars, Char Minars, you will get from that the name of the king, the periods, everything we can get from that pillars and minars. Then ruins of medieval buildings, Delhi, Hastinapur, one of the most important ruins of that periods, Hastinapur, Firozabad, Tughlaqabad. And one of the most important thing is coin. Coins of different emperor, Akbar, then Muhammad bin Tughlaq, token currency, then silver, currency of Alauddin Khilji and other periods. In this way you can reconstruct the archaeological source of medieval period. So generally here I would like to share with my friend archaeological sources of Delhi Sultanate. Various archaeological sources provides a substantial amounts of information of medieval periods. Archaeological sources are in form of coins, seal, monuments and inscription. Such kinds of sources help supplement the information gathered from the literary sources. My dear friend, Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal periods predominantly cover these medieval periods, and their cultural trends we can get from the source also. The different monuments also, buildings of Delhi Sultanate, so intermingling between Hindu and Muslim architectures of that periods. Mughal empires, which was founded by the great Babur, he had given also a lot of information to us. The Mughal Empire also witnessed the minting of coins under different rulers, Babur, Akbar, Aurangzeb, Shahjahan. Such coins provide general information about the chronology and the economic condition, rulers, the name of the rulers. The coin during Babur's reigns, however, were largely regarded for their monetary value. They lacked the beauty and elegance of his successor Akbar and Jahangir. The Mughal coins of different rulers also depicted the different periods. such archaeological study also reveal the lifestyles, beliefs, and socio-cultural of that periods. The out of all the archaeological sources of the period, the coin of Delhi Sultan also very most important, as earlier I have told you. The silver coin of Muhammad Ghazani and the other Iltutmish also very important. The as scholars have also studied the various inscription of the medieval period, as earlier I have told you. Epigraphy, they are published mostly in Epigraphy Indica, other antiquarian journals. Besides, P.S. Vendry explained the entire inscription in a study of Muslim inscription. Researches on art and architecture gives us an insight into the cultural trends of times. In this way, my dear friend, archaeological sources play a significant role in the supplementing literary source for the reconstruction of medieval Indian history. धन्यवाद.